So let's jump in. The first thing I like to do when I get a session, I open it up before I start grouping anything, before I start listening to the reference. I kind of look at everything and make sure that I'm pretty organized. And what I also like to do is create markers in the session where I know where certain aspects are. On my SSL UF8, I'm able to arm different location points. If you look on my session, it will shuttle to these areas. This lets me jump around in my session pretty quickly on the song. Once the tracks are in place, I actually go in and I start organizing by group and put colors specific by group. Now, usually I stay in the realm of color context. So my groups usually drums, percussion, effects, which is sound effects, or in trailer music would be kind of Brahms and anything that has risers and stuff like that. Bass, guitar, bass guitar, guitars, acoustic guitars, lead guitars, keyboards, so pianos, organs, Rhodes, analog keyboards, synthesizers, which include bass synthesizers, orchestra, brass, background vocals, lead vocals. Sometimes I solo things just to make sure, but in general, you can usually see the drums being pretty obvious. Obviously, you can tell by transients, and outside of labeling, most likely you can grab it just based on what they look like. And sometimes they're together. So after bass, I like to put acoustic guitars. Let me just make sure. We got an intro guitar. This sounds like a lead guitar. So these are just standardized electrics, chords. These might go in the lead section because they sound like they have a little melody to them. Here's a 12-string with a Sony C37. Woo. Really? I can't tell if there's a modulating pedal on that guitar or if it's just a really out of tune 12-string electric. Either way, I'm sure it sounds cool. Let's go down the line a little more. So we got pianos, organs, a lot of synths, harmonica. Pull this down to the bottom. My ref at the bottom is always going to be there, and I mark it as brown because it's really obvious to navigate where we're at. Anything that has melody that's kind of not chords or pads or stuff like that, I usually put that in the lead guitar bus. We got some scratch vocals here. Maybe doubles. I'm going to keep these as backgrounds. So now that everything is in line, I start grouping it out and coloring them specific to the groups, which are going to end up dumping into my template. And the template is basically consisted of my buses for those groups and reverbs and kind of the inserts and stuff for my analog chain. But today I'm going to mix completely in the box, and maybe at the end I'll pop in my analog chain and see if it improves it. But for right now, just for representation of what we're doing, I'm going to mix completely in the box. If you hear it, there's not a lot of low end. There's some toms and kick,